Hi everyone, my name is Kimberly Steele and I'm here to sing some Orphic hymns for you today. The Orphic hymns are ancient poems from Greece that I have updated with my own compositions because they lost whatever compositions they had a long time ago. I sing these very infrequently lately because I am in the process of moving my music studio, which was in a commercial location for many, many years, into my home. And this bodes well for future recordings because I'm going to have very soon a sound abated vocal booth of a very high caliber in my right smack dab in the middle of my living room that will mean that I can produce some very beautiful recordings, not just with the voice, but with the guitar, with potentially with other instruments as well. Who even knows? Not just the Orphic hymns, but my own songs. So I'm super excited about it, and I love the idea of teaching out of my home and sharing my home with my students. But it's a big change. It's huge. Today, I'm going to be singing the Orphic hymns to the sun. There's Apollo as well. That's kind of what I'm including in that banner. If you have requests for any Orphic hymns that you would like to hear, please let me know in the chat. There are some that obviously there being 88 or 87 Orphic hymns. There's a lot of them that I haven't written yet. But there are plenty that I have, and so if you have a request, let me know. I'm planning on singing the Sun, Apollo, probably just a few more of my choice, most likely Athena, but other than that, it can be up to you. Hey Josh, thank you. I just read that you're on here, and I appreciate you guys when you tune in on this thing because it's very helpful because it tells me my sound is working. So that's always very nice. It tells me my microphone is okay. Okay, so I'm going to begin with the sun. I think this is in tune. Here, golden Titan, whose eternal light with broads of faith illumines all the sky, self-born and wearied in diffusing light, and to all eyes the mirror of delight, Lord of the seasons with the fiery car, and leaping coursers beaming light from far, with thy right hand the source of morning light, and with thy left the father of the night, agile and vigorous and rebel sun, fiery and bright around the hand to run, foe to the wicked, but the good man's guide, o'er all his steps propitious you preside, with various founding golden parties thine, to fill the world with harmony divine, Father of ages, guide and prosperous deeds, the world's commander, borne by lucid steeds, immortal Jove, all searching bearing light, source of existence, pure fiery bright, fiber of fruit, almighty Lord of years, agile and warm, whom every power reveres, great iron nature and the starry skies, torn with their folded places and that rise, dispensing justice, lover of the stream, the world's great despot, over all supreme, faithful defender and the eye of right, of steeds the ruler and of life the light, with Thank you. That was the Orphic Hymn to the Sun. All right, now the Orphic Hymn to Jove or Jupiter. O Jove, much honor, Jove, supremely great, to lead our holy rites we consecrate, our prayers and expiations, King divine, for all things to produce what these divine is thine. Hence Mother Earth and mountains swelling high proceed from thee, the deep and all within the sky. Saturnian king descending from above, magnanimous commanding scepter Jove. All parent, principal, and head of all, whose power almighty shakes his earthly ball. Even nature trembles at thy mighty nod, loud sounding armed with lightning, thundering God. Source of abundance, purifying King, of various form from whom all nature sing. Propitious, hear my prayer, give blameless help, with peace divine and necessary well. All right, I hope that prayer to Jupiter finds you well. All right, another musical prayer, this time to Aphrodite. Oh boy. Got a lot better just now. Okay. Let's see if I can manage for you to see my hands. There we are. If I was only taller, then you could see the rest of my guitar as well. Let's see if I can adjust here. All right. There we are. Left in love and cream, see born not loving of it all for me. Crafty from whom necessity first came, producing nightly all connecting dame, to style the world with harmony to join, for all things spring from me your power divine. The triple fates are ruled by thy decree, and all productions yield alike to thee. Whatever lands and circling all contain, earth producing endless stormy main, the sway confesses on the ways that are full of temperament of the Bromo God. Goddess of marriage, charming to the sight, mother of love's backwardings to light, source of persuasion, secret favoring queen, illustrious apparent and unseen, spouse of the purple and to men inclined, prolific motions of the giving kind, great scepter bearer of the gods, tis thine, mortals and necessary bands to join, and every tribe savage monsters dark, magic change to mother man, disciple sacred born, to my prayer incline, please in serious temple Thank you. That was the Orphic Hymn to Aphrodite. Alrighty. How about the something in contrast to those? You may not have heard, some of you, I don't know if you've heard the Orphic Hymn to Hestia, all of you who are tuning in right now. Let me see if I can find it, because I have not printed out the lyrics like a smart person would do. It would make too much sense printing out those lyrics, right? Okay. These are the translations by Thomas Taylor. Really great bio of Thomas Taylor by Manly P. Hall. Kind of explains in the nutshell about his life. Is in, I think, what's it called? Seers. I think the book is called Seers and Prophets and Seers, I believe, by Manly P. Hall. Okay, here it is. It's like down here somewhere. All right, so this is the Orphic Hymn to Hestia, goddess of the hearth. Daughter of Saturn, venerable dame, the seed containing of unwearied flame, in sacred rites, these ministers are thine. Mystics much blessed, holy and divine. In thee the gods have fixed place, strong and stable, basis of immortal race, eternal, much born, ever gloried queen, loving and blessed, and of lovely mien, accept these rites, accord each just desire, and gentle health, lead for good inspire, and gentle health, and lead for good inspire. Thank you. That was the Orphic Hymn to Hestia. Oh, thank you so much, Emmanuel. I appreciate that. It is a interesting one in that it's not the same form music theory-wise as the other ones. It's kind of like a weird little binary form. It's really like a drone. And I wasn't sure about it when I composed it. I'm like, well, I don't know if anyone will like this one because it's kind of different, but people tend to like that one more. I noticed that. So great. All right. So again, I can take requests. Tomorrow I'm going to do some of the lunar hymns. I think last week I did a really pretty short one. Let me sing one of the Demeters. I'll sing the one that they kind of rarely do this one. It's Universal Mother Demeter. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, Universal Mother, Ceres famed, the source of wealth and various named, firstborn is thine. O goddess of seed, our fruits abundant fair, our harvest and threshing are the constant care. Who dwells in losing the seeds retired, lovely, delightful queen by all desired. O nurse for mortals whose benignant mind first plowing oxen to the yoke confined, and gave to man what nature's wants require, with plenteous means of bliss which all desire. In verdure and flourishing, in honor bright, assessor of great bunkers, bearing light, rejoicing in reapers' sickles kind, whose nature loose and earthly pure we find. Prolific nurse of gentle way, my daughter, loving holy Giuseppe, a car with dragons yoked, 'tis thine to guide, and party singing round thy throne to ride. Only begotten, much producing queen, all flowers are thine, and fruits of lovely green. Bright goddess, come with summer's rich increase, swelling and pregnant, leading smiling beams. O come with fair concord and imperial health, and join with these our needful store of wealth. Hey, Asion! Oh my gosh, long time no see. It is so good to see you. It's a delight. I didn't know where you were. I was like looking for you a couple days. I haven't been playing much though, so that's just the truth of it. As I was explaining, I'm collapsing my studio, and I'm going to be teaching out of my home. My husband is currently building a vocal booth in my house, which my house is very small, so it's kind of like the whole house will be my studio, which I don't mind. I'm a musician. Can't run from that. Just I'm a musician. That's just my life. So I've got a vocal booth that's crash landed into what used to be my living room. That is where I'm going to be teaching. I am soon to move my upright piano into my living room, and my grand piano will move into my parents' house. And then I'm going to be teaching out of there too. So yeah, that is going to be fun and interesting. And thankfully, my Olim have given me some good advice, I think, and they've given me direction and told me what to do. And I hope it means a lot more music from me to you, more recordings. I will have a deluxe, one of the best state-of-the-art vocal booths. So my husband is building. He's a very clever builder, and he's so good at building. He's amazing. He's very much a Virgo. He's very exact with his measurements, and he's so good at it that I will have the most amazing deluxe vocal booth, which he built the amazing deluxe booth that I'm leaving behind in my old studio. But I'll have one here. It's going to be even larger and better than the one in my old studio. And I'll have my piano and my electric piano. Actually, I just thought of something. Not that I'm going to do this today, but I have my digital piano in here. Oh, there it is. Sorry, that's my shaky arm. But that is my digital piano. Isn't it beautiful? I can probably play some Orphic hymns for you on the piano too. As you guys know, Athena, I made the piano version of that, and that's on recording. So yeah, hey, it gets interesting around here. Uh, all right. So speaking of Athena, I'm going to do her next. Thank you. That was the Orphic hymn to Athena. Okay, I'm going to do one I haven't done in a really, really long time. Sadly, that's a lot of them right now. And then I'll be back tomorrow. I'll try to be. Barring weird and unforeseen difficulties, I shall be back tomorrow, probably around the same time. Just want to make sure I'm getting all these. Ah, yes. Okay. Hera. I haven't done her in a long time. Oh, royal Hera, majestic mien, aerial form divine, Jove's blessed queen, throned in the bosom of Suruyaner, the race of mortals is thy constant care. Cooling gales Thy power alone inspires, which nourish life, which every life desires. Mother of clouds and winds, from thee alone, producing all things. Mortal life is known, all nature shed thy temperament divine, and universal sway alone is thine. With bounding blessed wind, the swelling sea, and rolling rivers roar when sure by thee. Come, blessed goddess, babe, almighty queen, with us but kind, rejoicing and serene. All right. This is the Orphic Hymn to Hermes. Hermes, draw near, and to my prayer incline, angel of Jove, and my son divine, prefect of contest, ruler of mankind, with heart almighty and the prudent mind, celestial messenger, very skill, whose powerful art, whose watchful art is skill. With winged feet, 'tis thine through the air to course, O friend of man, and prophet of discourse, great book, supporter to rejoice is thine, in arts gymnastic and in front divine, with power into all language to explain, of care the listener and the source of gain. Whose hand contains a blameless peace, the rod of Rusia, blessed profitable God of various speech, whose aid in words we find, and in necessities to all mortals kind, dire weapon on the tongue, with which men and revere, be present Hermes, and passive light here, since my works include my life, with peace, give graceful speech and memories increase. All right. If you have any requests, please put them in between now and the end of Apollo. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow. I grimace when I tune my guitar. My students have seen this look many times. Let's be encumbered, precious to my prayer. Let's just pound my feet and try to revere. Sailor of tears, God of health, like oil, famous fruit, the source of wealth. Spermatic gold, and light the field from thee receives its constant rich fertility. Titanic rune and Smithnian I sing, Python destroying hollow, Delphine hero, like bearer in the muse's head. Noble and lovely arm with their restraint, our heart running up to full and divine, our heart diffused, crystal lake is thine. O Delian king, whose light producing eye is all within all, beneath the sky, whose locks of gold, whose oracles are sure, whose almost good poetry, weeping for the humankind. You let me present with benignant mind. For the house of faith is this balance in their all, and every part is terrestrial, abundant, endless in thy piercing sight. Stands beneath the gloomy silent night, behind thy darkness, starry-eyed, profound, and stable roots be fixed by thee afar. The world's wide bounds, all flourishing in thine, the self, the source, and the end divine. 'Tis thine own nature, whose music to inspire, with various sounding harp and rising lyre. Now the last string thou taught to sweet chord, and by thee woven now the highest chord, the immortal golden line, now touched by thee, receives adoring and melody. Nature strives to thee thy different soul, changing seasons from thy music flow, hence mixed by thee in equal parts advance, summer and winter in alternate dance. This claims the highest, and that the lowest string, Dorian measure tunes with lovely spring, hence behind mankind, battle royal to our name, demanding whistling winds, for Syrinx fame, since to thy care, figure six consigns, stamps the world, forms of every kind, human blessed power, and in these rites rejoice, and save thy mystics with sublime voice. Oh my gosh, yes, I did play Jove, but AACN did not play it in the key of F, so I'll play it in the key of F for you. Okay, I have to read what Alex says, because Alex is very intelligent. Gabriel Germain wrote in his book entitled Homer that the hexameter, in which the Iliad was composed, was not a meter well suited to Greek. Ooh. He said that the hexameter is encountered in Sanskrit. Wild. That is crazy. Huh. Now, do they mean by hexameter or hexameter? Do they mean like 6-8 kind of? I mean, do they mean like counting in six, like the... You know what? Now I think about it, I don't know if any of the Orphic hymns... I mean, Apollo's in like a 4/4 type of time, or you could even consider it some kind of 2 or some kind of 4. I don't have many songs except for Saturn. Saturn is in 3. It's in like a triple meter. So I wonder if they're talking about triple meter is that what you're talking about? Or like the way the poetry was, meaning like it sounds like it's supposed to go with something that kind of is more of a circular sound, because that'd be interesting. Okay. For this reason, he believed that the Iliad was at first composed in Indo-European language of people around the Aegean Sea. Oh, well, that's interesting. And what's fascinating about that is, a lot of these songs I've tried to write on purpose to sound kind of like sea shanties. Apollo kind of sounds like a sea shanty, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, like Poseidon is the most self-evident sea shanty one. It sounds exactly like a sea shanty. Okay. And so what's fascinating is, as far as like the triples, that triple meter sound, because it sounds like the rolling sea, meaning that I'm obviously going on a tangent from what you were probably talking about, but that sort of rolling sea sort of sound is absolutely the way a lot of mariner, like the music of mariners, the music of sailors. Speaking of okay, I can take requests. I'm going to do Jove in F. But if you have any requests between now and the end of Jove, put them in. Sorry, it's like I think I put that one on the bottom. Yep. Yep. Very bottom. Bottom middle. Okay. Okay. Gonna give it my best. Oh Jove, much honor, Jove, supremely great. To thee our holy rites we consecrate. Our prayers and expiations, King divine, for all things to produce with these remind is thine. Hence Mother Earth and mountains swelling high proceed from thee, the deep and all within the sky. Saturn, King, descending from above, magnanimous, commanding scepter Jove. All parent, principle, and end of all, whose power almighty shakes this earthly ball. Even nature trembles at the mighty nod, loud sounding, armed with lightning, thundering God. Source of abundance, purifying King, of various form from whom all nature spring. Propitious, hear my prayer, give blameless health, with peace divine and necessary well. All right. I'm reading Alex's. Hey, Apollo! Thank you. I hope you showed up in time for the Orphic Hymn to Apollo. The tablets written in Thracian in Greek script were discovered in 1994 in, and I'm going to mispronounce this, Samothrace. The vowel frequency in the like in the inscription is the same for like, okay. Huh. So that is fascinating, and I thank you so much for that history. I do. I can do Poseidon. I haven't done him in a while. I don't know what's with me. I skip him sometimes. I have him somewhere printed out, and then I misplace the printout of it, and then didn't print it out again. It's yeah, I'm just weird sometimes. Pick him to Poseidon, and I have him mostly memorized. I just have this thing with my nerves where if I don't have it in front of me, I'll forget it. But if I do, and it's funny, I'm not like that with music. I'm only like that with lyrics. If it weren't for these hymns, I wouldn't have any of these memorized if it wasn't for me writing tunes to them, because I can't remember stuff without a tune with it. Even with a tune, it's hard enough. This weird issue with that. Number 16, Poseidon. Right. Here mighty Poseidon, ruler of the sea profound, whose liquid rust beguts the solid ground, who at the bottom of a stormy bay, dark and deep bosom, holds the watery rain, awful and the rays, triumph bears, and the ocean's utmost bound thy will reveals. The Iron Folk, who sees the foam divide, from whose sparkle locks the briny waters glide, whose voice the bounding through the roaring survives all its billows in the raging heat, will piercing right through the boiling sea. The horse command and the trembling waves obey. Earth shaking dark-haired dawn, with flames. The third division of fate to be ordained. 'Tis that strong devil to survey will please the monsters of the ocean plain. Confound our spaces and with prosperous gales, while ships along and swell the spacious sails. At gentle peace and fair herd of beside, and pour abundance in the blameless tide. Thank you. It was Orphic Hymn to Poseidon. So I was talking about meter, and Poseidon's actually in 4/4. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I suppose there might be a way of, and I've asked you guys to, if you're musicians at all, or if you're not, if you're just learning, to try to mess with these. If you can learn these by ear. For now, there's only one lead sheet I've got out, which is at my Sheet Music Plus store. You can really steal at Sheet Music Plus. You can learn them by that lead. There's one lead sheet. It's for Hermes, but if you can learn them by ear, I'd like for you to change them. I'd like for you to mess with them, change them, make them your own, like jazz tunes. If you know the song "Autumn Leaves," that song has been reinterpreted in different meters. Same thing with the song "Fly Me to the Moon," the jazz standard "Fly Me to the Moon." That you can sometimes hear that in triple meter. You can sometimes hear it in duple meter. Like triple meter means like 6/8, 3/4, anything in that circular sort of sound. And duple meter is like what I just did, Poseidon. Let's take Poseidon, and let's see if I can change it into, just out of curiosity, I don't even know, if I can somehow modify it into a true triple meter. It would have to go like this. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it'd have to go. It'd have to circle around like this. And I don't know how to change that. Let me think. No, it would kind of mess it up. It's funny. Interestingly enough, if we look at my album, the only album I've got out that was from like 11 years ago, 12 years ago, the Dream of Flight, that the song that, like, the title track, is, I think it's in the key of G or something, but it's called The Dream of Flight, and it goes, oh no, actually it's the Forest of Dreams song. That's what it is. It's the Forest of Dreams, which opens the whole opens the whole album, and it goes, oh gosh, da, 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 da. No, it was wrong. Just got owned. Da, 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 da. Okay, so when you walk in the forest of dreams, I should remember the lyrics to this one. This was my album. So what happens in the beginning of that album is it starts with this tune that's in 4/4 that goes like this. Da, 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 da. You are bringing the whole world to life. Dream of flight. Cherish all that you see and you hear. For this moment will soon disappear. Let your heart, let your spirit be light. Dream of flight. Okay, so there's that tune, and then in the end of the album, I mush it into 3/4. Actually, in the beginning, it's in 3/4 because that was 3/4. I just forgot because of 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, and then the end of the thing, I put it into the same tune, very simple tune. In the I put it into the end track of it, which I think I call it Forest of Dreams 2 or something like that, and it's the same tune, and it's when you walk. Something about walking with the magic of trees. I can't even believe I wrote that when I was an atheist. But anyway, yeah, and the whole album is based on that very simple pop chord progression, and that thing gets recycled through the whole thing. So anyway, but that the Dream of Flight, yeah, I messed with the rhythms there. It's the same song, different rhythms, first and last song. Okay, so if you have no more requests, I'm going to sign off. And I will be reading Olam tonight. And I thank you so much for tuning in. It's so exciting to have 7 of you here. And I know that some people are watching it later, so I appreciate you too. I will be back tomorrow around 2 p.m., I hope. I know a lot of you are probably working because Mondays. Bacchus, please. Okay, it will happen. Yes. Demeter always, should go with Bacchus. She's, they are together. Oh, man. Where are you, Bacchus? He's hiding. I do have him memorized loosely as well. I just have this nerve issue that hopefully I will get rid of someday. You're welcome, Asian. Thank you for requesting it. Great Bacchus, I call out, sounding and divine, but another god, a twofold shape is thine. Thy various names and attributes I sing. O firstborn, thrice begotten, Bacchic king. O Roland ineffable, two-formed and obscure. O double horn, put thy crown, mean and pure, bold-faced and martial, bearer of the fine, endued with counsel, prudent and divine. Thy various names and attributes I sing. O thrice-born, once begotten, Bacchic king, immortal Damon, hear my spying voice. Oh, give me in blameless plenty to rejoice, and listen gracious to my mystic prayer, surrounded with that choir of nurses fair. Thank you. All right, that was the Orphic Hymn to Bacchus or Dionysus. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. I am off to the grocery store. Whoop-de-doo. And I hope I will see you tomorrow for more Orphic Hymns. Tomorrow it will be the Lunar Hymns. Take it easy.